Day 3. Vivid. I'm gonna do today in an action voice, like we're watching a 10-minute preview. I don't think I can keep that up. I'll probably just forget. But I can do the whole thing in an accent, if you'd like me to. Ready? This is my accent. Let's look at some sound boxes. We're going to take a look at a few words, and what we're going to do is we're going to break them into sounds. So, in this word, for instance, you can see that w is a sound, I is a sound, and l together with the two L's is a sound. Give it a go by yourself first, and then I want you to try it with me, and I'll show you where the sounds go. So here you can see, tee, I cheated a little bit with the S, sorry. So here you can see the word vest. Each of those letters makes a sound. You can split apart S and T and they still make the same sound. So even though it's a blend, st, you can still make the sound S and T, and they won't mix together the sounds. But down here with the word with, you can't really separate T and H when they go together. So that has to be one sound. That's why they're in the same box. Let's take a look at these other words. We've got S, T, I, K. What two letters can't be separated? K. Same with crack. K, R, A, K. Down here with W, I, F. Can't be separated. And the final one, W, I, L. That also can't be separated. Next, we're going to take a look through the story to answer some of these questions. So, how can we confirm the other character is the boy's mother? What's a clue? What evidence do you have that the boy, that his mother is in this book? If we go to page 7, we find evidence of that right there. It says, I see lots and lots of fun colors. Mom tells me the colors are vivid. And we have to infer that this is Mom. It would be kind of mean to have a picture of some lady and then somebody else in the background was Mom. So this is Mom. In this story, there are lots of things that he sees that are vivid. So he mentions a few things that are vivid, and I'll find those first. The first one, he says, is, I see lots of fun colors. Mom tells me the colors are vivid. So there might be lots of colors there that are vivid. Later on, they use the word vivid again when he sees a vivid red van. Why do you think he thinks it looks vivid? At the end of the story, he's going to draw a vivid color of the town. Now, what else do you think in the story that he thinks is vivid? Well, it doesn't tell us, but we could probably imply all the things that we see in this book that have colors are probably things that he thinks are vivid. A bright blue bus, a yellow ticket, a black vest. Those are all things that he probably thinks, oh, they're vivid colors. So he's learning and building his idea of what vivid is, just like you are. On the final page of the book, the boy talks about how he's going to draw a picture of something that he sees in the town on his trip, where he saw all the vivid colors. So I wonder if you can look at this and think to yourself, I think, using my opinion, that the boy is going to draw a picture of part of the trip. Can you go back and look through the story and give evidence and clues and proof that you think that he's going to draw a particular part of the story? What part do you think was his favorite part? Where do you think the colors were the most vivid? What are your thoughts? We talked a little bit yesterday about the meaning of the word vivid. And when we very first started this, we talked about how dreams can be vivid. We know that definitely it's to do with colors. We talked about how vivid could mean to stand out. Something might jump out at you with your eyes. It might mean bright or bold. And it might be colors or things that you notice first. When you look, you might see things that jump out at you and you go, ooh, that's really vivid. Did you give it a try? I came up with some things that just happened in my wagon as read, such as the beach, or in Vivid, they were only at a town. So the setting was different in both of these books. What about animals? In My Wagon is Red, there was a dog. In Vivid, there was a horse. In this one, they used a wagon to get around. In this one, they used a bus. Now let's talk about things that are the same. The colors kept coming up in each of the stories. In both stories, they had their mom as the second character. In both stories, it was a boy as the main character. And in both stories, they went on a fun trip. I wonder if this reminds you of a different time that you went on a trip. Did you find anything that was really vivid that you could point out and say, whoa, I noticed things even though this is just a pretty ordinary trip? Well, happy reading, first graders. You can go and read your next set of stories on Flyleaf, and happy reading. What's a story that the story reminds you of that we may have read before? How about My Wagon is Red? I wonder if you can remember what happened in the story and why the story might be similar to Vivid. So let's think of a couple of reasons. Right here I've got a Venn diagram, and it shows how there's one circle which is all about My Wagon is Red, and there's another circle which is all about the story of Vivid. And then look, they cross over in the middle, and that means that we talk about things that are the same in both stories. Just for Vivid, just for My Wagon is Red, same for both stories. Different, different, same. So take a look and see if you can think first. What's something that only happens in My Wagon is Red? Give you a little reminder with the book. What is something that only happens in Vivid? What is something that happens in both stories?